Saga continues. Christmas trees. Yep, it's November. These are in the stores if you didn't notice. As I munch away, I still have this piece, the used piece. I made a little notch right there because there's a brace here. For some reason it goes this way. So I trim a little more off of this. What I'm going to do with this, slide that little bugger right in there. We will weld it here. And I get this a little more squarer. Not too much because looks like I pull that around. Maybe I can straighten that out. And a dandy marker. Trace around this. Now I'm not cutting on that line. They need to go in about an inch or so it has some underneath this. We'll just weld this right down here. Come out here to the edge of the rocker. Because that's it right there. We'll compare it. Make some measurements. We'll trim this off. I think part of this is going to have to go down in there. And that should give us a whole lot of strength back. And from there we can take other metal and just keep laying on top, and we'll have something base metal to weld to. So speaking of November, you guys, let me get down here. Getting tired of talking to headless man. Headless man talking. Any eggnog fans out there? I know, I touched the frame, you're wiggling. Sorry. Don't touch the frame. You're literally teeter-tottering on the C10 chassis as we speak. Yep, I know there's fans of alcoholic eggnog, and I'm sure they got the other non-alcoholic, like the Country Fresh, what have you, in stores. But have you guys tried the Southern Comfort eggnog, the non-alcoholic that's in the dairy section? Oh man, that's the stuff. Especially the one in the burgundy container. That's good stuff, man. I scored my first quart of that last week of October. Yeah, that's good stuff. Now, speaking of holidays coming up, any of y'all ever been down to Tennessee and been to the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area during this time of year? I think they started by now, the decorations and displays, and I think it runs almost to February. I tell you what, they do it right. Of course, you know, Dollywood's down there. Family and I have been down there twice and running cabins. It's great. But if you want to see what I'm talking about, I'll give a free plug to another site. Yankee in the South, I think it's called. This couple pretty much chronicles anything and everything to do with Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and surrounding areas. So if you want to see some great footage and encourage you to pull the cord and run down there and see what it's all about, Yankee in the South. So we'll go ahead and get that trimmed, make them measurements. I want to get this put in. I got to take off in about 40 minutes and then come back. But this piece here will just fold back down. We can fill that in, no big deal. Alright, let's do it. I'm going to finish my Christmas tree. Alright, pressure finally filled up, shut off. Now you guys remember my football approach, right? It's a little backwards. So there goes the snap, he scores. we score, we snap. Kneecap and a piece of metal. That hurt. Alright. Almost screwed this up. I started going on that line. I had to go in. Almost screwed that up. What do you mean almost? So, we got scored. We got one cut. We just need to make this snap. Come on. See? Just like that. And this piece, ta-da! Now we still have this. We'll trim this probably in half and try to fix this mess in behind here. And probably send it back through here this way. Anyway. Get under that, over that. There we go. We'll be right there on the line. Just a little bit. Yep. Now we can weld right along there. What's that gonna do? Well, we'll weld this down to it. Weld through here. This gives me a nice strong plate. Of course, I threw it up through the back window for the seat belt, which we'll just nut and bolt. It actually goes like that. So we'll have a strong mounting point for the seat belt. We'll just use a lock washer on the underside. Use a good quality bolt. Spray it afterwards. We'll be good. So let's switch over to the welder. Get that fired up, and I'm getting dangerously close to running out of argon. So just gonna have to hopefully make it through. Otherwise, I figure it's gonna be $100 bill for more argon. We'll get back here just a minute once I get set up. Alright, let's go ahead and put a couple of stitches in here. I'm low on time. I'm wondering what the welder's set for. I've got it set on 1 for heat, about 28 for wire speed, and the shielding gas pressure set about 18. Seems to work pretty well. We can feed a whole lot of heat into this versus this. This is pretty thin in spots. I could technically turn it up, but I don't really need to. So go ahead and feed this in there like we did before. On to it for a minute sometimes. Make sure she doesn't pop on us. Make sure that heat fully soaks in there. Get over here. Press down on that. Okay. Put all the pressure on there. Alright, that's good enough for the moment. So we got this piece to cut down and trim, and that's going to lay right on top of that. Got this lip on there, it's fighting me. Anyways, so that's going to go in there next. It's going to work out real nice on that, I think. So we'll get this trimmed off, and that'll take up residency there. Just enough to fight you. So that should work out. Just take that off and just hammer it down, fold it over. What do we got? Keep it nice and flat. We'll take some more scraps and start filling that in. This piece here looks like I should be able to put it in here. So that'll continue the rocker top. So that'll go in there. Take off the negative there so I can put it in right. So we should be able to do something like that. And still weld to this, and that'll give that support. Something like that. So we'll put that cab corner in here, and we just need to make some pieces here. That shouldn't be too bad to do. Alright, more on that here in a while. I gotta take off.